Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? I'm absolutely fine here. And friends, today we are going to talk about Afghanistan again. But wait, not about terrorism. But today we are going to talk about the narcotics trade, about the drug trade. Now, friends, if you don't know, then there has been a stark rise in the production of drugs in Afghanistan and their exportation and everything. So let us see what India, Pakistan, and America are actually doing on this and what the United Nations is saying about it. So, let's start. Now, friends, as I said in the intro, the drugs trade or the narcotics trade has increased a lot in Afghanistan. Now, if you want to know the statistics, then afim cultivation has increased from 8,000 hectares of land in 2001 to 224,000 hectares of land in 2020. So you see how much the land on which afim is cultivated has grown. Like, it's tremendous, right? There's a tremendous progress we can see in this thing, right? We should not call it a progress. It's not a good thing after all. But you see, the difference is absolutely tremendous. Yes. Now, friends, the narcotics trade is very, very widespread in Afghanistan, and since Taliban has taken over Kabul in August, it has increased tremendously. Like about $400 million are earned by Taliban monthly from drug trade, from narcotics trade. And that's a lot of money if you ask me. Yes. And all of that earned from this illegal work. So you can just imagine how much drugs are produced there. There are special laboratories which convert afim into heroin and other sort of drugs. Now, friends, there is something that will completely shock you. A lot of drugs are also smuggled into the United States. United States is like asking the UN to speak more and more about this topic, right? But Afghanistan's drugs are being smuggled into the United States itself. Now, friends, you can say that Afghanistan has formed some sort of a silk route for providing drugs, for smuggling drugs. Now, friends, the potentially silk route, as I call it, includes Central Asia, Turkey, China, Pakistan, and a little bit of India. So you see, friends, they have formed some sort of a silk route, and they export, we should not call it export, smuggle the drugs to Europe, countries like Italy, France, England, etc. Now, friends, Taliban is again and again saying on an international front that they are going to take some serious action on the ongoing situation in Afghanistan. But they potentially, and if you think a bit pragmatically, then they will certainly not take much of an action. Because as I told you earlier, according to the statistics, they earn $400 million per month alone from this narcotics trade. So why will they just end it up? Why will they just stop their income? Like, why will they stop $400 million coming to the bank account of Taliban every month? As I told you, it's a lot of money if you ask me. And you see, I can prove it. Now, there was a person actually who met with the Taliban leaders. And when he asked them about the ongoing narcotics trade, they were completely tight-lipped. They didn't talk about that. They didn't want to talk about that. Because the person was actually urging them to say that yes, we support it. He was urging Taliban to say that yes, we support the narcotics trade, and on an international front, Taliban will not let that happen, of course, because it's already saying that we will end it. So it cannot allow that to happen. That's why the Taliban leaders were completely tight-lipped. When it comes to some, like, what do we call them? Some people of low ranks in Taliban, right? So they actually did talk a bit about this issue, and they said how they are trying to stop it and something like that. But you know what? Some people, like only a handful of people, also said only a bit about how they are profited from this narcotics trade, how they are profited from it. Now, friends, let us talk about how many different types of drugs are actually transported outside, like smuggled outside of Afghanistan. Now, friends, there's cocaine, heroin, right, and a bit of marijuana, and of course, afim, and there's also, the word is right here. Alright, let me say it. Methamphetamine. Wait a second, did I say it right? Let me try it again. Alright, methamphetamine. Alright, that's better, I think. I think this is what we call it, methamphetamine. Alright, but we commonly say it meth. Alright, so I'll say it meth. Now, friends, meth is actually transported a lot outside of Afghanistan, like a lot. Pakistani students, like university students, also take meth which was originated in Afghanistan. So, like, they are taking these drugs from a very young age. How can they? Like, literally, they are taking these drugs from a very young age, and that is not at all good for them in the future time. Like, for their future, that is not at all good, taking these drugs. Alright, friends, so this was the situation about the ongoing drug crisis in Afghanistan. Like, some people are saying now that Afghanistan will have to end drugs, or drugs will end Afghanistan. And this statement is very true. Drugs are very lethal for a country's economy, and it's like, wait a second, we cannot call it lethal for its economy because it's benefiting Taliban, but it is completely lethal for its population. Of course, it is completely lethal for its population, and it is lethal for its international image. Yes, and that is also completely true. Yes. So, friends, all right, I think like that's it. So, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, I started a bit too early. Alright, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video, and now I'm going to see you next time. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and tap the bell icon also. And I'm going to see you next time. Bye.